Good afternoon. My name is Jeanette Rixby. I'm a 37-year-old college student. I am pursuing cyber defense at Rome State. I wear several different hats. I am a mother, a wife, a veteran, and a student trying for the first time to pursue higher education. I was born and raised in San Diego, California, and around 16 years old, I had made a decision to join the military based off of an ASVAB score that I received in class. At that time, they were just doing like more of a standardized testing, and everyone had to participate. I received a really high score of 82, was my AFQT, and I was a failing student at the time. So for me, that was huge. I was working full time already, trying to stretch dollars and find a way out of the financial situation that we were in at 16. Again, born and raised in San Diego. I'm sure you guys all know what that kind of price tag comes with. I made a stupid choice one night and was lucky enough to not let that decision rewrite my entire future. So I took that second chance that I was offered and pursued the military. So here's my story of that night. So I had woke up, it was around Friday morning, 16 years old, received my paycheck. I was making $6 an hour at the time, and I think it was a little over $200 and something. I had a car payment to pay that wasn't going to be enough. I had gas to put in my car, and at the time, we were going through another high-priced shift in everything. At that time, the economy was terrible. I remember gas being $5 a gallon and praying my car could make it to work. I had to eat out of food banks and make choices that a 16-year-old shouldn't have. So at that time, I had zero social life. So I was complaining about my choices on a Friday evening, exhausted from too much stress on a child's shoulders, and I chose to make a stupid choice with my best friend. We gathered up some change and scrounged together and got a little bag of some pot, and it was so stupid. We had this makeshift bong, and we were traveling down a road. It was 30 and a 25, and I'll never forget those blue and red lights lighting up behind the car, and the car reeked, and the bong spilled all over. It was awful stench, and it would just smell like regret and instant shame. See, I'd already blamed everybody for putting me in these decisions, and it was at that moment when that cop pulled me over that I realized, you're doing just as bad. You know, I'd complained about my circumstances, but those choices had led me to this moment. I remember pulling into the gas station and the car bumping over the drive, and I was so scared, terrified. I was sweating, couldn't breathe, my heart was racing, and the cop's walking up to the back of my car, and he gets right to the bumper, and his radio squawks. And it's really loud. There's an emergent call down the road that he had to leave my call, and they were calling him to go to. I don't know what grace of luck or stroke of luck I was offered, but I knew in that moment it was my second chance, whether it be from God or divine intervention, that at that point in time I'd complained about everybody else's choices that had led me to this. I had a choice to make. Was I going to continue down this path, or was I going to straighten up? It was that next day that I went down to the Army recruiter's office. See, I was a little shy of turning 17, and went in there and spoke to a recruiter, complained about everything I'd been through. And he talked about college, about possibly owning a home, and all these things that had seemed like choices that up until this point had been restricted from me. I had grown up on Section 8. I couldn't imagine owning my own home. And he offered me a light at the end of the tunnel. See, I'd already worked so hard my entire life at that point, 16, stressed out, making $6 an hour, making adult choices. I just knew I had to do something different. I remember looking at that recruiter and he was offering me everything I never thought I'd give. So I signed my life up at 17. And here I am, 37 years old, with 2 beautiful children, my own home that the military provided for me with a VA home loan, and a college education that I can say, hey guys, I'm something. I'm not a high school dropout. I'm not the circumstances of my choices. So here I am, Jeanette Rigsby, 37-year-old college student. So far a 4.0 in her first year. Just figuring out now if I can communicate that across in a room of my peers. So thank you.